Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and if you haven't made it out to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expedition today, I would highly suggest that you do so. What you see on screen right now is in fact an Idris, and it is Aegis Day. If you're not able to actually come out here, that's okay. I wanted to at least get you some visuals for it that you can check out. The scope of this thing is immense. It is massive. When you come to the expedition, you take the same elevator that you normally would. You just select the Idris Pavilion. There are two other floors for Aegis as well. But you want to come down to the Idris Pavilion, obviously, to see the Idris. Looking at the ship overall, incredibly well designed. Very, very large. Just a lot of impressive feats on it. You know, I look over and you see these capital class maneuvering thrusters, and they're just massive. And you've got these large main engines on board. I believe there's 6 of them. And again, this ship is so big, I end up kind of cutting up the video a little bit just so you're not always going to be watching me running and looking at the floor. Again, you know, you've got the main engines right there. You've got like 6 of them, whether they're dual or single. You've got the big door at the back, which I'll show you from a different angle. The landing gear is large. It has a lot of detail to it. And then the turrets on it are just very, very, very large. You've got 3 on the bottom, kind of 2 on the real belly, 1 on there under the back tail there. You appear to have, I believe, 5 on top. If I remember my collection right, I think it's two in the rear, and then 1 on the very front of the ship, along with 2 more that are closer there. And, you know, everything right here looks pretty big, right? And there's that door that lowers for you to fly in, where you can land your actual fighters from there. Everything here looks pretty big, but the nice thing is there's actually an elevator or a set of stairs that'll take you down to the floor to where you can end up getting a little bit of perspective. So that's what I want to do. I want to take you down there and really show you a little bit closer look at this railgun, because we know it's big, right? We know it's supposed to be a very large gun. It doesn't even gimbal. You have to turn and face the ship in the direction you want to fire it. So we get the impression there that it's going to be big. But you don't really get a true feel for just how big this gun is until you walk up to it. And it's almost comical in a way, because you just look at it and you're like, there's no way this is even a gun. This is like a main structure. It almost looks like the claw from the Reclaimer. And here we are on the ground floor, looking up at the behemoth of the Idris. And there's this big old railgun hanging off the front of it. And I'm going to make you wait just a second until I actually put this thing in third person so you can see it compared to the body of my character. But the size is just... it just makes me laugh. Now, I mean, obviously the projectile that's coming out of that isn't going to be anywhere near that size. But the opening is basically going to be the projectile size. So, I don't know, what's hanging off the front of this thing is like an Aurora, maybe? Probably. So, you know, you're maybe launching a person-sized projectile. I don't know. I would love to walk in the armory, or maybe just kind of the loading or munition station for this gun, just to see the actual round itself, because it is just comical. On the top there, where it kind of V's under the front, you can see that both of those sides actually will retract, so you can take off from that portion of the ship. The underside of the ship is pretty cool. The other area that's kind of comically proportioned is the landing gear. You'll see me go stand by it in just a moment. I was following it back here to see if there was any real detail or indicators or words or anything written in here. It looks like there's a little bit of like clipping and wiring type of things, which you may expect to see on a railgun. There's obviously a lot of magnetics that are taking place with that technology. You've got a little airlock right here that comes down. Well, it should come down. It doesn't right now because the ship is not functional. If you don't know, the inside of this ship is completely hollow. There's nothing inside of it. So you could. Some people have been able to glitch in, but that's about it. So that doesn't really do it. But there you go. Let's zoom out just a little bit, and then you're going to get a pretty good understanding of the size here. So the little lip at the bottom, like the foot, like the sole of your shoe of the Reclaimer or the Idris here, is like a fraction of the size of the landing gear, and I'm not even taller than that. I thought this was actually really neat, though, was the Argo Hangar. I think in our previous videos, like exploring the Idris or whatever that one was a couple years back, the Argo just landed in the rear of the ship. It's nice to see that there's actually a dedicated storage area for it, not taking up space for your fighters on the interior. And then it also, you just come to the back of the ship underneath the rear entrance to the hangar area, and another turret up there that we saw before. So that's the Idris. Big, imposing, a lot of fun. Come see it if you can. Otherwise, stay tuned for more. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and take care.